Hello everyone, this is Vito's A32 back again with the daily deck, and we got some good news and some not good news. Um, and some unfortunate news, I read today on Facebook that although Colin Beatty has suffered a stroke on Sunday, he's not doing very good. He's paralyzed on the right side, he can't speak. If you're not familiar with him, this is the guy right here. You can't really see it that well, but that's him. I've got all these DVDs from him in Prompting Card Magic. Sorry if it's backwards. I've got a whole set of those, and I really like his stuff. He's a good card magician. Has a lot of good DVDs out there. A lot of people have learned and a lot of tricks from him and been inspired by him. And unfortunately, he's not looking too good. They've taken him off life support and they're giving him 2 weeks, unless there's a miracle. And in other unfortunate news, although not card related, Shirley Temple has passed away. She passed away last night actually. Not sure what the cause of death was, but she was 85, so old age could be one of them. But she was surrounded by family, so there's probably more to it, but I just haven't heard what exactly it was. But anyways, back to cards. There's a couple new decks on Kickstarter. First of all, I'll mention again the Bicycle Diploma. Go check it out. It's on Kickstarter right now. If you go to my website, vitosa32.net, you'll see a link right to it at the very top of the page. Just click on Bicycle Diploma, and you'll be taken right to the project page where you can back it. So far, it's got over $3,000 out of, what is it, $20,000 goal or something like that. It's slowly getting there and may or may not get funded. A lot of people are complaining about it not having customized cards, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless, and I recommend checking it out if you haven't done so. And there's a couple of new decks. One is called Freaks, based on the 1932 movie by the same name, which I've never seen of or heard of until now. It's all about circus freaks. Although I'm sure a lot of people who are disabled would object to being called a freak. These cards are not USPC. It's to celebrate the 82nd anniversary of this movie. Who the hell celebrates the 82nd anniversary of a movie or an event anyway? I mean, if it was a 50th anniversary or 75th, I can understand, but 82nd, that's kind of right out of left field, I guess. It is not USPC, like I said. It has a very bad one-way back, which instead of being like this, it's like this, and it's a one-way. And it is, well, it's coming in clear plastic cases, which they claim are far superior to tuck boxes, but in my opinion, they're probably just too lazy and cheap to come up with a card case. Another new deck, and that one, the Freaks, that's not going to make it all. It's not going to succeed, in my opinion. Another one is the King deck, which is a USPC deck. It is a modern version of playing cards, and we know how well those usually do on Kickstarter, and that's not very good at all. And I don't see this one being successful. And on top of that, it has a one-way back design that says the King deck right on it with a crown. The pips on the cards, I'm not liking at all. What they've done is they're taking a pip and they've divided it up into 4 quadrants. And then you got 2 corners that are red or black, and the other 2 are white. And when I look at them, at least on my phone, it's very hard to distinguish between hearts and diamonds, and even more so spades and clubs. And to me, that is a pretty bad thing, and it's probably gonna turn off a lot of people. It's pretty important to be able to distinguish between suits in a deck of cards, whether it be for Magic or playing cards or whatever. Defeats the purpose if you can't see the difference. And to me, I can't see the difference. On top of that, like I said, it is a one-way back design, and all the code cards also are basically repeating. That means King's all the same, Jack's all the same, Queen's all the same, and that is another no-no. If you're going to customize something, customize it all the way. And it to me seems kind of like a ripoff of the Finangled deck of cards to some extent, very similar, except the Finangled is a hell of a lot better and a much better back design. Speaking of which, the Finangled is now shipping. They've received them. They're starting to ship. So hopefully I'll see mine in a few weeks. On top of that, as far as Kickstarter is concerned, the Bicycle Steel playing cards from Carditions is in its last 24 hours, less than 24 hours left. And they have just released 100 more sets of the Steel deck and the Bicycle Dark Templar deck that they did in the previous campaign, although they haven't had them printed yet. And I jumped on board. I did pledge for the Bicycle Dark Templar, but then I canceled because it was a hell of a lot of money and I wasn't feeling them too much, but I've changed my mind. I decided I want at least one, so I got one. Also ending soon, the Bicycle Dragon Dynasty ends in less than 48 hours. That one is struggling to get funded. I don't know if it's going to make it. Still needs a couple £1,000. It's in the realm of possibility, but it's been kind of stuck for a while. And on top of that, there's one new deck coming to Kickstarter that I know of in less than 7 days, next Tuesday, February the 18th. It is the Antithesis playing cards from JetCityLimited.com. You can go check it out on there. It's got a ancient mythology and mystical. I can't even read my writing. Symbolism. Ancient mythology and mystical symbolism. There's some skulls. It is a one-way back design, however, it's a nice looking deck, and I recommend checking it out once it launches in less than a week. That's what I got. Go check out the Bicycle Diplomas, and I'll see you next time.